In a land far from ours, during the early centuries of Islam, there lived a wealthy merchant named Yusuf ibn Salam. He was known across the cities for his honesty, his generosity, and his soft heart. But life, as Allah wills, was about to test him in ways he never expected. Test 1. The loss. For many years, Yusuf traveled from city to city, selling silk, spices, and precious goods. One year, he prepared his greatest caravan yet, 20 camels loaded with merchandise worth a fortune. He planned a long journey through the desert to trade in a distant land. Before leaving, he hugged his mother, who told him, "My son, remember, wealth comes and goes, but Allah is always with the patient." Yusuf smiled, confident and grateful. But 3 days into the journey, a furious sandstorm swept across the desert. The sky darkened, and the wind roared like a beast unleashed. Yusuf held tightly to his camel, reciting dua as the storm swallowed their path. When it finally settled, every one of Yusuf's camels was gone. His caravan was destroyed. His wealthy years of work vanished beneath the endless sand. His companions looked at him, expecting him to break down. But Yusuf sat on the sand, closed his eyes, and whispered, "Alhamdulillah for everything. Allah never takes except to give." Many thought he had lost his mind, but in truth, he had gained something only the believers understand: trust in Allah's plan. With nothing left, Yusuf continued his journey on foot. Test 2. The stranger, as Yusuf walked alone through the desert, dehydrated and exhausted. He noticed a man lying near a rock-week, starving and close to death. The man begged, "Please, water." Yusuf looked at his water skin. It was the last of his water. If he gave it away, he would surely die before reaching the next town. His nafs whispered, "Save yourself. You've already lost enough." But his heart whispered louder, "Allah sees what you do." Without hesitation, Yusuf kneeled and lifted the man's head, giving him every last drop. The man revived slowly, thanking him again and again. Yusuf smiled and said, "If Allah saves me, Alhamdulillah. If he does not, then Alhamdulillah." The stranger helped Yusuf walk toward the nearest settlement. There, Yusuf fainted from exhaustion, but he survived. The stranger disappeared before Yusuf could even thank him again. He didn't know it yet, but this moment would return to him in a way he could never imagine. Test 3. The accusation. After recovering, Yusuf searched for work, as he had no wealth left. He was hired by an old scholar who ran a small marketplace. Yusuf worked with sincerity and honesty, and soon he became trusted. But one day, a dispute arose in the market. A merchant accused Yusuf of stealing a bag of silver coins. The crowd gathered. Voices rose. Someone shouted, "Search him." When they looked into Yusuf's satchel, they found the missing coins. Gasps filled the marketplace. Yusuf was stunned. "This is not mine," he said calmly, but no one believed him. The scholar who hired him looked at Yusuf with disappointment. "I thought you were a man of trust," he said. For the first time in a long journey filled with hardship, Yusuf felt his heart crack. He prayed silently, "Oh, Allah, you know the truth. Give me strength." He didn't shout. He didn't argue. He accepted the decree of Allah. Word of the accusation spread, and Yusuf lost his job, his reputation, and any chance of rebuilding his life in that town. Broken, he packed his few belongings and prepared to leave. A door of mercy opens as Yusuf walked toward the city gates. An elite group of soldiers rode into town. Their leader, a nobleman dressed in fine garments, pointed directly at Yusuf and shouted, "There he is!" The townspeople watched in shock as Yusuf was surrounded, but the nobleman dismounted and rushed toward him, then suddenly knelt. "Do you recognize me?" he asked. Yusuf looked closely. The man removed his cloak. It was the stranger from the desert, the man Yusuf saved with his last drop of water. "I have searched for you for months," the nobleman said. "I vowed never to rest until I repaid the one who saved my life." Yusuf lowered his head, overwhelmed. The nobleman turned to the soldiers and ordered, "Investigate the accusation against him." Within minutes, it was revealed that the thief was another merchant who hid the coins in Yusuf's bag to avoid suspicion. The crowd murmured in shame. The nobleman raised his voice. "This man is innocent. And more than innocent, he is noble." He took Yusuf by the hand and said, "I want you to manage all my trade caravans. You will be paid generously, and half of all profit will be yours." The marketplace was silent. Yusuf wept not for the wealth he gained, but for how Allah returned his dignity, cleared his name, and honored him publicly after he was humiliated. The wisdom behind the tests years later. When Yusuf had become one of the wealthiest and most respected men in the region, he was asked, "How did you stay patient through all your trials?" He smiled and said, "When I lost everything, I thanked Allah. When I gave away my last water, I trusted Allah. When I was accused, I turned only to Allah. And Allah never abandoned me, not even for a moment." He continued, "I learned that every hardship carries a gift. Every loss hides a mercy, and Allah's plan is always better than ours." End of story, my dear brothers and sisters. If you trust Allah in your darkest moments, Allah will open doors you never imagined. Sometimes He removes things from your life to give you something far better. Always stay patient, always stay grateful, and always trust in the wisdom of your Lord.